And we are back. Another weekly episode of the Wrestling and Fellas YouTube show. We're not a podcast no more. We are just a YouTube show. And yes, it is SummerSlam week. Got a lot of stuff coming out this week. If it's some of it's all might be out already, depending on how the scheduling works with the videos. But we are back for another week. Before we get into asking how you are, guys, because that's normally how I open up, I just want to give the peeps that watch us a bit of props. We put out a video last week.
We didn't.
What?
Oh, sorry. So I want to apologise to viewers. You put the video out to 200 subscribers. In my head, I edited the video and got it out for last week's pod. Last week's pod's not gonna. Last week's pod. I keep saying pod. Last week's video hasn't gone out. I thought I put it out, and I thought, wow, that video is really doing well. That's sick. I'm so sorry I didn't. But this one will be out, so.
Yeah, I was wondering.
My head's been a mess.
I knew I had something to ask you about this week.
My head's been a mess this week. I've had stuff going on, but we're back to normal this week, so happy days.
Yeah, so we put a video out last week. Not the normal video. Just saying thank you to everybody who subscribes, comments, and gets involved with our videos, our live streams, stuff like that. And that was because we made 200 as well. 200 plus subscribers. I think it was 213 at the time of recording.
213 at the time, yeah, it was.
I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody again, because within the space of the week we are sitting at 347. So we have increased by another 100. I'm not even working out. Quite a lot. And I appreciate every single person that's subscribing, commenting, because we get a lot of comments now, likes and stuff on our videos. We are much appreciated. Guys, as well, as you can see every week, we say that the social medias are here and behind Matt today as well. As much as we know, we're on that road to 400 now, we're getting close to it. We're on the road to 500 soon as well. We want to get that TikTok page up to 1,000 as well, because once we can go live on TikTok, we'll be doing our live streams on YouTube and TikTok across 2 platforms. There might be something coming in the near future with TikTok, but if you can get the Wrestling Fellas pod up there, it'd be great, and we much appreciate it. But thank you from us again. I didn't think we needed to do another thank you video.
No.
I think that was safe for the big boy at 500.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, guys, how are we doing this week?
Right, mate, how are you?
Yeah, all right. I've had a week off work. The old anxiety came back this week, so I've been dealing with that all week. So please forgive me, because I've not had a concentration span to sit and watch wrestling this week. So once again, I have not watched anything this week. My concentration is not there to watch anything. You'll probably watch. I will probably daydream today and drift off. But I'm all right. I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good. Like I said, I had some stuff going on last week. I've started on the streaming hype. With me and Ted have spoke about it on our own video, stuff like Angry Ginger and stuff. He's starting his own GTA roleplay server. I've applied. I've been accepted.
Sick.
So mate, there's about 20,000 people trying to get into the server, so I'll probably be the 20,000th person. But I've been accepted. I've been whitelisted, so I can buy priority, so I can get in there. So, but one up Matt89 on Twitch. I'll be streaming GTA roleplay. I've been doing Fortnite as well, but I'm shit at it, so I need John to carry my ass. And FIFA, and I snap at FIFA. But yeah, apart from that,
But mate, when you edit the video, put a little.
Oh yeah, I put it out there.
Put your little card in. And do say for Ted as well. If Ted wants his putting out there for when he gets on there as well.
Yeah.
Ted, how about you?
I am doing good, mate. It's my favourite time of year because we've got the G1 going, so I get 3 weekly NJPW shows at the minute, which is always a good thing. Get to see some good wrestling. Realise if last week's video comes out, me explaining this week's standings for the G1 is not going to make sense. So
shit, yeah, sorry, Ted.
We have got a new segment that should have started last week.
I might just release that as a short. Sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not a problem. But yeah, So I'm living my best life. Been see Deadpool twice.
Yes.
This week.
Tonight, I can't wait.
We went yesterday. Well, I tagged along yesterday. I wasn't meant to be going, but I tagged along.
You're always welcome. You did tag along. You say you were.
Wow,
I didn't realise you wanted to go.
All right, mate.
I wasn't really invited either. He just told me what time we were going, and I'd ummed and ahed all day. And I literally booked my ticket about 20 minutes before we were going. But let's get it out of the way. Matt says I forget this one near enough every week now. But what shirts are we wearing?
I've got a Pharaoh shirt on.
I got the Pharaoh one.
Yeah.
A Judgment Day.
I got a Judgment Day repping for Priest this weekend. And Rhea and Mammy.
I've gone with Solo. I did have my FTR shirt sitting ready to put on, but I've been out shopping before, so I'm a bit sweaty. Instead of putting a clean shirt on just to do this, I already had this on, so I've kept it on, so I don't have to clean 2 t-shirts. But yeah, if you're wondering where we got our shirts from, you can see above we are affiliated with EUROSHOP, powered by Fanatics, as Matt always says when we say it.
Sounds better when I say it like that.
Yeah. The link is below. There's a lot of stuff on there. Obviously, all the SummerSlam stuff sitting on there. You can get a signed Becky Lynch or bag for you on there down as well. We had the email about that one this week. That was their promotion this week. Also, obviously, all your t-shirts from all your favourite wrestlers, female and male superstars are all on there. And if you're not into t-shirts and you want a bit of merch, there's merch on there. There was a plaque on there that's just popped up, and I really want it, but I can't just yet. They have put on the SummerSlam Finn Balor beating Seth Rollins at SummerSlam plaque for the inaugural Universal title one. But yeah, there's plenty of merch on there. So if you are going to have a look, please click the link below just in case you do buy something. We get a little bit back. Once we hit a certain amount, we're going to give it back to you guys in a bit of a giveaway. So if you are going to have a look at and see if you want anything, please use that link below. Right.
Well, I'm still pissed at Fanatics at the moment, because they blatantly lied to me.
No.
They blatantly lied.
They are a fantastic company to work with. We really appreciate them. And this is always coming from Ted, not all of us. Carry on.
Yeah. They said there were only 3 shirts, 3 XLs for the John Cena farewell shirt. I've gone back on now, and that only 3 left disappeared. The stock's fine again. So their pressure tactics worked on me. I've got 75 quid on.
That's your own fault for not waiting.
I didn't want to lose out.
The real issue is the sizes from Fanatics, and it's not they do a great job on the merch. It all looks good. It's just they need to start going back to having a full range of sizes on all the shirts in the UK as well as America. That's the real issue. But let's get it going. Let's start with Ted's little segment that he mentioned there. Matt will probably put the first half of the G1 out on a bit of a short so people know what Ted's talking on. But as you're all aware, Ted's our New Japan guy, and he's been very busy this week watching G1. So Ted, give us the update.
So the update is we've still got Evil. He's undefeated in Block A. He's got 10 points. Zack Sabre Jr. is second. He's 4-1, and he's got 8 points. Shota Umino's made a bit of a comeback this week, and he is on 6 points. And joint third in Group A with him is Gabe Kidd, who's had an absolute banging week this week in match-wise. And then in Block B... Sorry, what?
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I think Gabe Kidd's just wanting... I think Gabe Kidd's just wanting to get as many feuds out.
Gabe Kidd's trying to get Gabe Kidd over quicker than Gabe Kidd's getting over.
He is really over with the crowd. His matches this week, he's been getting cheers, which is very rare for Bullet Club in Japan generally. So he's had a good week. Then in Block B, we have Yui Uemura. He's on 6 points with Takeshita, who's had another banger of a week. And they're the top 2 joint first in Block B. And then we've got 3, a triple header for third place in Hanare, Ren Narita, and Oleg Bolton, and Jeff Cobb. Sorry. Actually, I've just realised, no, the rest of the entire league, the rest of that division's got 4 points. Literally, I've just looked back on my own notes. So, Goto, Finley, Cobb, Bolton, Narita, and Hanare have all 4 points. There is due to be another show tomorrow as we record this, so which will take everyone to halfway, which everyone's then on 5 matches. But the matches of the week that you need to go back and watch is Gabe Kidd versus Shingo from Block A, Shota versus Zack Sabre Jr. from Block A. Then we've got from Block B, El Phantasmo versus Suji, and Uemura versus Takeshita from Block B. They're your matches to go and find out. They were the best matches of the week, in my opinion. I think that's a nice little
quick rundown.
Nice.
Like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That's all. Yeah. Gabe Kidd, I think Gabe Kidd's trying to get Gabe Kidd over. It'd be a nice warm-up match for Kenny Omega before he comes back to AEW.
It would be.
But he's told him if he wins the G1, he might think about it. So let's wait and see if New Japan take the bait and book it that way.
He's got a tough run. He's got a lot of big matches to come. He's had an easy first 5. He's got the harder 5 at the back end of this. So we'll see the running. But we've had some weird results. We had I thought Takeshita were going to walk it, because he didn't like he were going to lose a match. But he lost to Uemura, which is an odd decision. But it's been good though. El Phantasmo was playing a manic psychotic at the minute. He's really down because his best mate's gone to WWE, and they had him beat Suji, which was another really weird result. But so I'm not really sure what they're doing at the minute. It's the NJ on a bad one at the moment.
Fair enough. Well, we'll look forward to the update next week on the next round. And then, like you said, a halfway point. But yeah, that's cool. So where are we going next then? Matt, what have you got? What do you want to go with?
Well, we've had a return to TV this week. Well, not to TV, to tapings. In Ring of Honor. Sammy Guevara made a return to Ring of Honor TV. Whether it's just here, it's on the tapings for July 28th, so it was 2 days ago. Whether it was testing out the waters to see if he's fine and he can go, and then go back onto AEW TV. Yeah, he made his comeback to assist Dustin Rhodes in a confrontation with members of the Dark Order. He looks like he was helping.
He'll be blowing the ring rust off and getting back in, because I reckon he'll be injected into the TNT picture with Jack Perry and Darby Allin very, very quickly.
Yeah, probably. We mentioned Kenny Omega and
Gabe
and the Gabe Kidd thing. There's been a bit of confusion this week. Now, obviously, you've just cleared it up. Well, we kind of knew anyway, but they're trying to separate themselves from Ring of Honor and AEW TV. So there's been a bit of confusion with AEW because they unified the trios titles and said it was done. There was no more trios titles on Ring of Honor. And then this week on Collision, I believe.
Yeah.
The Collision. The Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes won the trios titles.
It was a battle of belts nights. It wasn't Collision. It wasn't AEW. It was like it's like a 4th show that they put out every so often.
As I'm winning it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they won the trios titles and everyone was confused online and going, well, I thought they made the titles unified, so why within a couple of months are you bringing them back out again? Obviously, they're trying to separate, but then I've read reports this week that Tony Khan wants to rebrand Ring of Honor AEW Ring of Honor and wants to take away, as what your previous owner said of it, the heart and soul of Ring of Honor and just putting it as their version of NXT.
So,
which wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's what they need. We've been saying it for ages that they need somewhere like a performance center or something like an NXT. But not having titles cross over is probably the best thing they can do as well.
What I would do as well, I'd drop Rampage and put AEW Ring of Honor in that slot.
Yep.
And then have it as a developmental. Have the Ring of Honor AEW titles only feature on there. So the Von Erichs tagging with Dustin. The Von Erichs are still quite new to the business, so they're perfect on that developmental programming first.
Yeah.
And then bring them up eventually, because they're going to be massive. They're going to be huge.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that'll work. I think they need a bit of a reshuffle though as well, because people that are only wrestling Ring of Honor that should be on main TV.
Athena being one.
Dalton Castle, when he's fit, being another.
He's injury prone, Dalton, isn't he?
He's out till the rest of the year now.
He's not injury prone, he's just got a bad one, hasn't he? But then there's people on AEW that could probably do with dropping down to the Ring of Honor side, like just to get himself back in the TV and back in the ring, like Matt Menard, Magic Matt, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Dark Order could work the AEW, the Ring of Honor stuff as well, because they've just sort of disappeared into Ring of Honor anyway. And then use it for like this, like Sammy returning back from lengthy time off. I'd even, if Kenny returns back from lengthy time, put him down there for a few weeks to blow the ring rust off him. Or put eyes on the show and then bring him back up. Yeah, it won't do him no harm. Absolutely
not. Daniel Garcia was written off TV, as we know, and we all thought it was just storyline wise. Nothing to do with storyline. He's not signed a contract. His contract is coming to an end, so they've wrote him off TV just in case he doesn't sign a contract. So I think they're covering their own backs, kind of thing. I think they've done what the WWE did with Ricochet. Take him off TV, do a story behind it. If he does come back, happy days, you've got a story behind it. If not, then it's done and dusted and he's gone. So
I'd be gutted if Garcia does leave.
I can't see it myself, not yet anyway.
I don't know, but Penta and Phoenix, their contracts are definitely coming to an end, and WWE are very interested in bringing them in. From what we've read this week,
I would love to see them on WWE TV. I absolutely love them. I just worry. I've said it before. WWE as a whole don't know what to do with luchadors outside of Rey Mysterio, especially two that don't speak English.
Well, they've also signed Jose the Assistant.
Yeah.
Which there is believed that he's going to be with Stephanie Vaquer in NXT, which would help if they had him for maybe a manager for them two as well. Maybe, I don't know. But interesting. To bring him in.
I don't think they're NXT stuff worthy though. I think their main brand.
No, I don't. But again, we say Jade. Yeah, they're on the same thing. They're bigger than Jade Cargill.
They are established. They know what they're doing on TV. AEW wasn't their first TV product. They Triple A. They've wrestled on Underground.
TNA as well. Penta won it.
TNA. Yeah. So I'd expect it'd be great. It'd be great for the tag team division in WWE to have the Lucha Bros there, as a tag team. Then singles run from both of them would be great. I'd say Phoenix would be mid card, so Intercontinental US. Penta could go for the big boys. He's got that more oomph to him. He's a bit more bigger and build as well. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Bryan Danielson has trademarked the yes chant. So I expect to see that in AEW now. And Goldberg has hailed Tony Khan as the male version of Dixie Carter. And that's the first time me and Goldberg are ever coming to terms that we agree on something. Happy fucking days.
But then you're agreeing with Goldberg.
I know. And I've just said it's the first time. I'm fine with that.
Can't wait till he's agreeing with Ryback.
No, that would never happen. Or Ronda Rousey. Val Venus is under threat from the LGBTQ community because of the recent stuff he said. I'm not going to go into it, so if you want to go and see it, it's all on the news websites. Go into it. Julia looks like she's ready for a return to the ring, so it looks like she's coming for NXT. Which brings us on to NXT this week. It's the Great American Bash. We have live in concert, if you believe, in Joe Hendry. Gotta go and watch it. Can't wait to see what happens. Especially with Gallagher getting involved.
I feel that, and obviously I don't watch it like you guys do, but I feel like that's going to be another Elias that is going to get going, and somebody's going to come out and interrupt it.
I think he'll probably do the first couple of verses, and then Gallus will get involved, and then they'll bring out what's they called, Wesley, Trey Miguel.
Yeah, Rascals.
Yeah, I'll bring out the Rascals. Jesse Ventura, if you didn't see on Raw, has stepped back into WWE for the first time in quite some time. He was seen meeting Triple H because they were in his hometown. We all thought we'd never see it again because of how he left it with Vince. Triple H is welcoming him back with open arms. So good to see Jesse get some love back. And then what else have I got here? I want to give some love to Solo, not love, but I want to give some credit to Solo.
Okay.
He actually looked like a main event boss this week. He had his long black coat on. He had his gloves on. He looked like an actual leader of a stable that should have been 4 months ago when he started all this. That's how he should be. He didn't get involved. He let them do what they think. He just stood there and watched it all. That's how he should be. Or sitting in the back and just believing it and let everyone else do his bidding. That's how I want Solo to be. Yeah, that's how I want Solo to be. That made me think, yeah, he's the leader of that team. That this week, last week on SmackDown. We'll see what happens going forward, though. I'm not giving him too much credit, but he actually looks like a leader last week. And it also brought out the tag team division. WWE don't get a lot of credit for tag team wrestling because, let's face it, the tag team divisions on both shows are very stale. However, this week on SmackDown, it was great. Profits, Gallows and Anderson, Pretty Deadly, Bloodline, Carrillo and Angel, even Cruz and Corbin put on a good tag team fight. It was great to see a gauntlet match, and I think that's what's been missing from WWE, some tag team wrestling, proper tag team wrestling. So.
It was pre-recorded this week as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were in Japan performing. I haven't watched it. I got the results last week as well, so I knew what was going on. That's probably why I didn't watch it as well. Right. Any other news? Any other updates?
Obviously, we had the chair shot from Blood and Guts, which is going to go into Dynamite soon. But no, that's really it, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Let's
Nothing
jump
major.
into Dynamite then.
Oh, sorry, there was something major. Drew McIntyre was pictured with someone that CM Punk really, really hates, and then he deleted it very quickly.
I knew I had something to put as my background this week.
He got pictured with the scapegoat Jack Perry. Michael Cole mentioned it on Raw, but didn't mention Jack Perry. He mentioned someone from his past. Apparently, Drew asked management and asked Punk if it was okay to do it, and Punk said, yeah, if it's for the storyline, go for it. And anything that Drew said from what, if you believe what Sean Ross Sapp and people have said, he's asked Punk if everything's okay, he says, and he said, yeah, just go for it. So it looks like they're on the same lines as that way, but that was fucking fantastic to see that.
Yeah, but what made it even better was Kenta, or if you know from WWE, Hideo Itami, added his little picture in the top corner.
Oh, he did.
And then Colt Cabana shared it with like a tagline like, hey guys, what's up? With just the four of them just made my day. Very, very quickly.
Really? Why is that, John?
Huh?
Why is that, John?
I don't know.
It's not because you hate him, is it?
Hate's a strong word. I would use detest more myself.
So
yeah, can't stand the bastard.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, so Dynamite was good. So this is going to come to a shock with everybody that listens and watches us. I'm liking Dynamite though more than I'm liking SmackDown at the moment. I think Dynamite's really stepped up because Tony Khan's obviously putting big matches on to try and get a deal. Tony Khan's also been out and said WWE are the ones that are stopping him from getting deals. Maybe it's you knobhead. But Dynamite was great this week. We started off with MJ. Well, we started off with Will Ospreay finding a knife in his tire. Wonder who that could have been. And then MJF introduced us to the new American Championship, which, by the way, looks like Kurt Angle's undisputed.
Mate, that championship
replica
had
title.
Donald Trump.
Oh yeah,
spraying
it was
juices everywhere.
Donald Trump was absolutely excited to see that. It was fucking good though. The promo, it sounded like he was very fast on the mic. Like MJF normally takes everything in and he's very slow, but I think he was very limited to time because of Blood and Guts.
Heavy this week because of
because of Blood and Guts. So, but it was a great fucking segment. It really was. And then Ospreay announced that at All In it's going to be MJF versus Will Ospreay on his home turf at Wembley Stadium for the International Championship or the American Championship.
Billy the Goat.
Come on, MJF, my scumbag.
He's our scumbag.
I'm not bothered either one who wins that one.
I am very happy that I will be able to see that in person.
And we will, because we're watching it live.
Yes, we will. Me and Matt.
Yeah. The first match of the night we saw, unfortunately, I wasn't interested in it. I wasn't interested in it all the way until Blood and Guts. Oh, Mariah May as well. I saw Mariah May on there, so I wanted to see her. Jericho versus Suzuki for the FTW Championship for the world title. It's not the other thing that they used to say anymore. It's for the world. It was okay match. I don't like Suzuki. It's not something. Japanese style wrestling isn't my style, so it didn't really do anything for me. It was.
Suzuki will kill you.
That's
I fucking love Suzuki, mate, because he's.
Am I not allowed an opinion now, or what?
No.
Yeah.
He's old as fuck, but he's fucking hard as nails.
So it's really interesting, mate. He comes out. I noticed this the other day when I watched it. He comes out with the NJPW thing at the back of his entrance. He's not even signed to NJ anymore. He's not signed to the roster.
He's a free agent, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just like, oh, but he's Japanese. He would NJ at some point. Let's whack that in his background. That'll be fine. But yeah, Suzuki's sick. He's just great. He's just aged like a fine wine. His work's just great. He's still the same, doing the same shit he did like 5-6 years ago, but he's more appreciated now.
First, Bill and Keith showed up and attacked Suzuki before Shibata made the save. Bleacher Report said it was a really good match. Gave it a C minus. So
we'll probably get a pre-show match at All In of Shibata, Hook, Suzuki against the Learning Tree.
Yeah. This will be an amazing match. Be good to see.
Then we saw Jeff Jarrett talking to Bryan Danielson backstage. I don't know what about. I think I skipped that bit because I didn't see that myself.
I think my memory serves me right. It's about how his run's amazing and he wishes them all the luck at All In for winning the title, and he knows his time's near and stuff like that.
Imagine Jeff Jarrett costing Bryan Danielson at All In. That'd be funny, won't it? Prime TNA right there. Cut that bit out, sorry, excuse me. And then we had Britt Baker and Shida. Very good match, to be fair. I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed a women's match on that wasn't Willow or Chris Statlander. Proper enjoyed it. And then obviously we got
Britt just doing Brit things. As I say, she's sick.
So they're saying it while she was away. That's what was missing. Britt off AWTV's missing, and it's the women's division needs Britt. She is the head of that table.
She's the Charlotte Flair of the women's division in AEW, isn't she? Britt obviously got the win, but then it was cut short by Mercedes Moné, and then was attacked by Camille, who made a debut on AEW TV, finally, since being signed since February, as the bodyguard to Mercedes. She's She's
Do some
fantastic.
scrapping.
I don't want her to be a bodyguard. I don't. I want her to actually wrestle for championships and one-on-ones. I know they're just getting her onto TV, but she's a former NWA Women's Champion, man. She's fucking mint.
They'll be a double cross that down the line.
Yeah, I know they will. We had Pac v Boulder. I don't know either. Match was incomplete. Well, he won in a couple of minutes. It was
Just
a quick squash match.
Yeah.
I didn't get the point in it. I think it was just get Pac on TV. Maria May was in action against a local competitor from Knoxville. Obviously, May won.
Yep.
But it was a squash match. And then we had Jack Jameson. Oh no, sorry. I'm just reading what Bleacher Report was. Jack Jameson is basically PC Principal from South Park. That means nothing to me. May had the shoe she used to attack Storm with her like a trophy. And then it was Blood and Guts.
Ooh.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. It was my first one I've ever watched. Because when it got announced first ever time, I was like, well, this is just basically War Games, but they can't use the War Games name because WWE have it trademarked. So I've never really watched them. I watched this one because I've been following the storyline more each week. I thought it's fucking fantastic. I really thought it was. I would have liked my only criticism was I would have liked Swerve to get the win at the end because he's the champ. That's my only criticism because I always think the champ at the end should be the final thing you see on TV, whether he's down or out. The champ's at the end, but he got took out way early on, and then you didn't see him then.
I think it was Darby that picked the win, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think with Darby taking the win, obviously solidifies him into the picture with them as the TNT competitor on that sort of issue there.
No, I get that, and that's completely fine. You can do that. It's just he's the champ, innit?
Yeah, I get it.
It's your main focal point of your whole company.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think with that sort of match, though, I think championships go out the window, don't they? Because you had Mark Briscoe's world champ as well, RH. I think when you get them sort of special matches, if your placeholder goes out the window completely.
I wouldn't say I want.
So
I get what you mean.
I wouldn't put the world champion in that sort of match because it's completely deviates away from any storyline. Swerve should really be working storylines with Daniel Bryan now.
This is the other issue, though. Daniel Bryan, because of everything that's wrong with him, and not in a bad way. I mean, injury-wise, he can't do much up to All In because apparently he's in a bad way at the moment.
Yeah, so he'll be on TV. He'll be cutting promos and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they should have done that. That's what they should have done with him and had someone else in there instead of Swerve. I know why they had Swerve in there, Team AEW and all that shit, but
it's the storyline between him and Hangman as well.
If John Moxley was there or Eddie Kingston, that probably would have been one of those instead.
Yeah, all day. I agree.
And I would have loved to seen Eddie Kingston get thrown off, but yeah, he is. They've given him a hiatus. For him to sort himself, to look after himself and get himself to where he should be.
He was way overdue.
Yeah, he was. He worked his ass off, didn't he?
Yeah, he was meant to have this break after All In last year.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, what happened at All In last year, he stepped back in to
settle the
hold
shit
it together. As such as a way of describing it when everything went apart, and yeah, so he stepped back in and then it's prolonged it. But yeah, I'm hoping he makes a surprise appearance or something at All In, which would be great.
Definitely will be.
Let's talk this chair shot then, because you've mentioned it a couple of times.
I've already mentioned it because it's what Dave Meltzer and
it's the whole wrestling community have been crying about it.
I weren't really asked, to be quite honest with you.
Corey Graves put a tweet out and then deleted it very, very quickly about it as well. Basically, just he's saying about headshots and chairs and stuff. I get where he's come from because he's somebody that dealt with concussions and ended his career, was concussions that ended his career as well. But obviously, I'm guessing it's been removed because the words got around that the chair was a gimmick chair. And when I rewatched it, the seat looks thicker than a normal seat did. Like it almost had a bit of padding to it. It didn't bend either when he twatted him on his head with it, because he didn't just tap him. He full on swung him.
Absolutely fucking.
So that chair would have
walloped
bent in around his head and everything. It was 100% a gimmick chair. It don't get me wrong, shouldn't be hitting him whether it's a gimmick chair or not in the head in this day and age with all the concussions and issues and still or not. But I get why it was done as well, because they shouldn't be hanging Darby Allin by his ankles above the ring either. In a pay-per-view where he just spent talking to the wife of a superstar that lost his life from falling from
the roof.
Suspension.
But comes down to one man.
It does, but it added to the story. It fueled to the finish that they were going to set him on fire as well. Again, was it him or was it Darby got set on fire last time?
Jack Perry again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then everybody kicked off about that. I think we've talked about this before. I think with things like this being set on fire, hitting all there with a chair, dangling Darby by his ankles, the whole stuff with Swerve and Hangman in that Texas Death Match, I think too many people forget that exists. And come 2015, when Netflix get WWE, I do believe personally we're going to 2025. I've gone 10 years in the past.
I was going to say.
And see this, when I said earlier on, mate, my brain's not functioning the way it should be. I reckon we'll see more of this on WWE TV once it gets Netflix. I think Wyatt's on Prime.
Chair shots like that.
I don't think chair shots as much, but I think we'll see more. Instead of just putting them through a table and swinging a kendo stick at them, I think we'll start to get a bit more grittier matches. I think we'll start seeing a bit more blood than we have done in recent years from WWE. I think because Netflix will give them that freedom. They don't have to be the PG TV that they are to suit the merit.
So I think Raw will do, but SmackDown, because it's still going to be on USA, I don't think you'll get that. I was going to
say. I think they'll have a line where it's a bit. The line. Say the line's there, SmackDown's there, obviously, because it's still on TV. But then Raw will just be over. I don't think they'll go from where they are now to there. I think what they'll do is just leave it just above the line, so you get a little bit more than just putting through a table or a kendo stick or something like that. I think it will be a bit more grittier and a bit more blood. But I don't think you'll get 1 to 100. I think you'll get 1 to 10. Because SmackDown's still on TV.
SmackDown will probably stay. It'll still PG that.
That's what I'm saying. So because people's expectations will be right. Well, Raw's like that, and SmackDown needs to be like that. Where they can't do that, so they'll put it from 1 to 10. Bit more grittier, bit more blood, but not from 1 to 100. Where SmackDown will still be there. That's my thought around it. I think that's what they'll do, because the expectation will be SmackDown has to be like Raw.
I'll have a bit of issue if they do hold back when they go to NXT, the Netflix, if they hold back on it, because that was one of the things about the big thing. Or when we go to Netflix, we will be a bit more edgier again. We'll be a bit more that if it's still tables and kendo sticks and maybe the odd thumbtack, I don't know how I feel about that, because the whole point of going to Netflix is so they can have that freedom like they did back in the Attitude Era.
It's not. The whole point of Netflix is to get $5.1 billion.
Yeah, there's that as well.
There's that bit of money just in your back pocket.
There's too many people on that roster now that could benefit from being let loose a little bit more. I'll give you what. Joe Gacy would be absolutely perfect to be literally took the leash off. All the Wyatts. Take that leash off and let them absolutely.
Yeah.
The new bloodline.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine them on Netflix actually busting people open week in, week out, different ways?
Oh, they're on SmackDown, aren't they?
So but I'm saying they could shift them across the Raw so they get that freedom. You know what I mean? That's the thing we've been saying about that bloodline for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, is they need to be more ruthless, more edgier. Where if they get them on Netflix, they can be that ruthless, edgier side to them. So we'll have to wait and see. But Dynamite as a whole was good. Collision, not really. I don't remember. I didn't watch it, but just touch on, as we touched before, there was the Battle of the Belts. Sorry again. Obviously the Von Erichs, the sons of, is it Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, he's doing on left.
Yeah, Kevin Von Erich. Obviously they tag team with Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes and then beat the Undisputed Kingdom for the Ring of Honor Trios title. That was Dustin Rhodes' first title win in AEW, and the Von Erich's first televised title win. Kevin Von Erich was there as well. There was quite a nice speech at the end as well, from both the Von Erichs and Dustin and Kevin, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing what these new Von Erich boys have. Because I've found, with watching Iron Claw, and I learned more about the Von Erichs. So I've been watching some of their old matches on YouTube and on the network. They were fucking brilliant in that time.
They were ahead of the time.
Some of the greats. Yeah, ahead of the time. I didn't even realize until I watched the movie that Kerry Von Erich wrestled in WWF with one leg.
Texas Tornado. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see, and I would hope in a few years' time that them guys are on WWE, picking up titles and getting rid of this curse, as they say, of the Von Erichs. But yeah, if you want to see the Von Erichs and Dustin, you catch up Battle of Belts as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what will be next then. That was Wednesday.
Smackdown.
Smackdown on Friday.
Smackdown was okay. It was better than what it's been over the last couple of weeks. I did say that the tag team division was really the focal point of this show. Obviously, it was pre-taped because they were all in Japan. But we kicked things off with LA Knight and Santos Escobar, which was absolutely a great match. Better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be LA Knight winning after 5 minutes. I think we got given like 15-20 minutes. It was great. Elektra Lopez tried to get involved. Logan did as well. But LA Knight got hit with a Phantom Driver, kicked out, and then Escobar got knocked out.
He sold his car.
He did. He sold his car to look back at that. And then LA Knight hit the BFT and won. And then after the match, Santos and Logan both beat down LA Knight, and that was it. Because LA Knight's got no friends, apparently. We were then informed by Solo.
You got no friends.
You got no friends. You got no fans. You're informed by Solo, who told Nick Aldis that despite Tangaloa's eye injury, the Bloodline would still be in the gauntlet match somehow and some way. Yeah, we cut a promo on Blair Davenport, which no one really cared about because they've not really built Blair up at all. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Sorry, mate. Sorry to interrupt you. Just a quick congratulations to Blair Davenport. She got married this week as well.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. Congratulations, Blair. Cargill and Bianca cut an absolute shocking promo on the Unholy Alliance. The issue you've got is they're not really showing the Unholy Alliance, and we said it last week, John. They're not showing the Unholy Alliance week in, week out on every single TV show. They're on one TV show a week, and not even that. They came out to attack Jade and Bianca, but then, as usual, the babyfaces got the they got the one up on them. Then we had the Gauntlet tag match. Cruz and Corbin started out with Garza and Carrillo. It was okay. Cruz and Corbin got one over on Garza and Carrillo to carry on that feud therein. Then the Profits went on an absolute mad one. Profit, because we always get that in a Gauntlet match. We have one team that wins and goes all the way to the end. Profits beat Cruz and Corbin. Then they beat Pretty Deadly, which was the better one of the matches they had. Pretty Deadly looked great out there. Profits then beat Gallows and Anderson. Surprise, surprise. And then the Bloodline, which came out as Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa, beat the Profits without putting anyone through a table.
Wow.
I know. Then we had Terence Crawford, a boxer, pound for pound best boxer out there, apparently, from what Corey Graves said. Knocked out Austin Theory. Theory and Waller asked him to the ring because of what happened last week when he gave Cody a chair. And Theory, Waller was bigging himself up and then went, Theory will knock you out. And Theory was like, hang on a minute, what the fuck are you going about? And then Crawford knocked out Austin Theory. That was that. Then we had Cody cut a promo on Solo and SummerSlam saying how he's just literally fake Roman Reigns and he's going to win. The main event was Nia and Tiffany versus Meacham and Bayley. It was okay. It was literally there to build up, obviously, Nia and Bayley, and then the doubt on Tiffany, whether she's going to cash in or not. It's nice to see Meacham get TV time rather than NXT TV time. It's actually SmackDown. Whether it's actual her winning or losing, she's getting TV time. She's actually getting a reaction now as well because she's been on NXT and SmackDown, which is good, which is what she needed. I think that was the issue with Emma.
Yeah, exactly.
She got brought back, and that was it. There was no promo, there was no build-up. She literally came out, lost to Ronda Rousey, and that was it. So I'm still bitter about Emma getting released. And then Solo had a little promo at the end, and to be fair, again, props to Solo. It was okay promo. He literally called out Cody and then called out Roman as well. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens on SummerSlam. I still, in my head, think we're not getting Roman at SummerSlam. I think they're still going to build it up. But then my heart wants Roman to come out. But then I keep going, let's build the story. So, but that was SmackDown in a nutshell. Like that. That was dead quick, that wasn't it? I actually watched it this week and actually wrote notes.
Go on, Matt. Love that.
Yeah. I had time on my hand on Friday. Saturday. And then Raw.
Yeah.
Ted wants to take over on Raw.
Have
you watched Raw? Or do you want me to do it? Have you watched Raw?
I half watched Raw. I'll flick through it. I stuck to the main points. Good opening segment with Seth, CM Punk, and Drew.
Great it was.
It was really good, setting the groundwork for probably one of the biggest matches on the weekend. I'd probably say those two are probably more important, well, as big, if not bigger, than Cody versus Solo. I'd probably say maybe Punk, maybe Priest and Gunther. I reckon the most want to watch match is that one. I'd probably say for most people. Really good. Seth, setting the groundwork for a turn on either one. I think it set the groundwork for whoever wants to attack Seth first. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Then we had Otis and Tozawa versus the Creed brothers, which was done by you, Matt. Okay match. Nothing to really talk about. Really right home about.
It was to get the Wyatts in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got that was really cool. We got the first proper look at Gacy.
It was fucking mint. It was done so well.
Yeah, so the Wyatt Sicks unmasked after coming out to save Otis and Otis who were getting beaten down. So we had Dexter Lumis unmasking for the first time, and we had Joe Gacy, and we had obviously Eric Rowan, but we already had him kind of unmasked in the video package that they showed. So,
well,
but yeah,
we've had everyone but Gacy now.
Yeah, as say video wise, because you did have a segment later on with Mercy the Buzzard, hearing Dexter Lumis speak as well for the first time at the end.
It was just good to see Dexter on TV.
Yeah,
I've just seen a picture of him there on my phone of him doing a Rob Zombie-esque look as well.
Yeah, it was good, and I'm so happy to see him on TV because Dexter was ace in NXT, and don't get me wrong, I love the Index thing, but this is just like perfect for him in Gacy.
This suits Dexter's character better than the Index stuff did.
Of course it does. No, of course it does. But as me as a Index fan,
then yeah, we did. It was really good though, very good. I wish the match with the Creeds and Gable was going to be on SummerSlam and not Raw, but I kind of get it. There's 7 matches for Raw for SummerSlam up till this point, which is more than WWE usually do. So I get that.
As well, if it was on there because it wouldn't be a singles match.
Yes,
it's single slam.
SummerSlam, single SummerSlam, single slam. Yeah.
Summer single.
Summer single. The biggest party is singles.
the biggest singles party of the summer.
Exactly.
Then we had the Judgment Day turned up to the clubhouse. The clubhouse were trashed by Liv.
Carlito weren't happy.
She stole his PS5, fuming.
Well, no, she didn't. She burnt it.
What about that saved data? I hope he saved his data to the cloud, otherwise he's going to be fuming. There's going to be all his 2K stuff is going to be done.
I wouldn't worry about the 2K stuff. I don't like it.
Then
you can't get the pack today or tomorrow.
Lucky.
Sake.
Then we had the weirdest storyline I think that's coming about at the minute. This Sheamus, Bronson Reed, Pete Dunne stuff. Because Pete Dunne's obviously, well, I don't know where Pete Dunne fits in.
Because
Pete Dunne's
James
kind of
walked
doing
out
stuff in trick.
on the Brawl Boots.
Shane has turned his back on him with the Brawling Brutes, walked away, and left him and Ridge, and then Ridge walked away from him.
Yeah.
That's why it's all come about.
And if you remember, Pete Dunne was getting beat every week then.
He was getting his ass kicked.
Till Tyler Bate came back and got Pete Dunne back.
Yep.
Fair. Okay. Now,
I like the shillelagh. The shillelagh. I actually thought Finlay was about to come out, and I got excited.
Also.
Yeah, Vince's son. I mean, sorry, I can't say that anymore.
Mr. McMahon's son.
Mr. McMahon's son.
Someone's.
But yeah, so so Sheamus and Bronson had a match, and then, as Matt alluded to, Pete Dunne appeared. Bronson won after some shenanigans with Shillelagh.
Bronson actually won. Okay,
absolutely.
So it took someone getting involved.
Exactly.
For the fourth time.
Then we had main event Jey Uso versus Carlito. Was that an absolute shit of a match? A night, yeah. Basic back and forth match. This one, not really to write home about.
Yeet.
But yeah, then you'd be very surprised to know that Jey Uso beat Carlito clean.
Yeet.
Then after the match,
We're grown ass men, by the way. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Zelina Vega. Yeah. I'm gonna move on quickly because John's not very happy about this Yeet business. Yeet. Then we move on to Zelina Vega having her interview on the win that she got last week. Then, as we're saying, Zelina Vega got attacked by Shayna, Zoe, and Sonya. So they snapped her bad arm. So again, and she had to be taken to the medical room to get looked at. Then we had an announcement of Miz being the host of SummerSlam. Then we had Xavier Woods versus.
Who didn't see that coming?
Tell me about it. And then we had Xavier versus Karrion Kross, which we found out. Cool.
Big question: what hors d'oeuvres is Miz going to bring for Truth? Though that's the question we need. He said he was bringing hors d'oeuvres, and Truth went.
I've heard.
Well, Truth and Kathy Kelly said they wanted hors d'oeuvres, and Miz said, "I'm not bringing hors d'oeuvres." And then Truth looked really upset. He went, "I'll bring hors d'oeuvres." What hors d'oeuvres is Miz bringing for Truth?
It's a posh place, so I reckon he's having cheese.
Cleveland, Ohio is not a posh place.
Stick with me on this. Okay, cheese, pineapple, and then sausage. Them cocktail sausages.
You're missing something off that.
Pickled onion.
Pickled onion.
John fucking knows, mate. Heel John's now face John.
The reason I know I had some this weekend at christening. That's
fucking
and some egg and
you know what I used
sandwiches.
To do? Cheese. You know the I know it's not proper cheese. The fucking in the pack. What they call cheese slices. Yeah. With cut up pickled onions on a butter. Oh, mate. Used to have that as a kid all the time. No wonder fat. Carry on, Ted.
Yeah. Then we had Karrion Kross beat Woods. Then that led on to the Jesse Ventura announcement that we've already spoke about.
Kross looked good though. Kross
He
looked
did.
good in match. So let's just talk about Kross. Kross has been struggling on SmackDown. He couldn't really get over, and I know John's laughing because I always try and stick up with Karrion Kross. But
this is you trying to put Kross.
I am trying to get Kross over. I'm trying to get Kross over. But I thought the match was good. I enjoyed it. Just me.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Raw, mate. I haven't watched. I said earlier on, I haven't got the concentration.
Do you know what? It's so frustrating that Big E's got the injury he has, because and the last feud with Imperium is calling out for a fucking New Day thing. It's calling out for it, and with Kofi being injured now as well again, I was hoping they would just get into a point where, because Big E's been doing his testing and stuff, and he's like, I'm feeling great. And I think
it said he's not cleared still.
So no, I know, but I was hoping that he was saying that because fucking everyone does it. I'm not cleared, and then he's cleared. I was hoping that was a ruse, and it was gonna go to a point where maybe at Bad Blood, it's, I don't know, Kofi versus all of them in the Final Testament, and then Big E comes out and it's a big thing. And that's what I was hoping for. But I'm hoping.
If he does get cleared, I hope it is a surprise. We don't know he's been cleared.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I just want it to happen.
But I think it's sincere when he's announcing these announcements, because it's something to do with the bone's not forming. That was damaged and replaced. It's not forming like it should be. Everything else is perfect, barring this bone. And until this bone forms properly, you can't take the chance. So. But yeah, I hope it literally is. Do you know what I want it to be? If I'm booking it, is that he's on the pre-show on the panel, and they stick around and they watch the match, and they make a point of that match, like you say, Karrion Kross against Kofi, and they're all beat down. And they make a point during that match of like looking across to Big E on the table. Have Sabia there as a guest as well, like. They make a point before the match going across, asking them about the think of the matches and stuff. And, they remind people that Big E's there. Then when Kofi's getting the beat down, Big E just charges to the ring in his suit.
Yeah. Well, I would have Xavier get run down first, and then he gets knocked out. And then they're like, oh, well, Big E's not coming because he's still injured, and then boom.
I know they're still in the ring mocking Big E. Yeah.
He runs down. Super Big E.
Yeah. Karrion and AOP are still in the ring mocking him and stuff, and he just grabs the mic and drops the entrance as he's walked to the ring.
Love it. Anyway, fantasy booking over. Sorry, Ted, I cut you off there.
Sorry, mate. Then we had Sami Zayn versus Dom Dom, which Sami won by DQ.
It was just what it was there to do: build up Bron Breakker and Sami, and then Dom and. Just dumb. Yeah.
Dumb doing dumb stuff. But yeah, like Matt says, it were a beat down. They were beating down Sami. Jey Uso came out. Then Zayn fought back, and then Breakker tried jumping Sami from behind, but Sami ducked him and shoved him to the outside. And then he basically just ended that segment, essentially. Not really happened after that. Then we had Lyra Valkyria, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance.
The crowd annoyed me. The crowd are annoying me every week with Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, with the woo.
Because in NXT they were all over it. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Don't get anything. Crowd are dead. The crowd annoyed me this week, actually, again. It's US crowd, you pissed me off. Sorry, ETC and ET Juicer, but you wind me up. Actually, I'm not you specifically, but just fucking give a reaction to people. It's winding me up. We do it. It's not hard. Even if we're like, yeah, okay, it is who it is.
Supposed to get it every week, mate. That's what it is.
I know.
To get the product every week.
I know, but fucking still, if we had the product every week, we wouldn't be fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. We'd fucking.
If I've sat through David Moyes' season at Man United, you lot can sit through and cheer still.
Exactly. Then we had actually before that match, Chad Gable. Chad Gable was very happy with himself.
He's used his head as Chad Gable.
he was very happy with himself because he was like,
what did he do last week, Ted?
He figured out that Uncle Howdy was Bo Dallas.
Didn't know that. And what did he do this week, Ted?
He figured out that the other members of the Wyatts were Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis. You'll never guess who the big guy was.
Oh, Big Show.
Fortunately, not Eric Rowan,
Is it
mate.
not? Was it? I thought it was almost.
Yeah, but them three are in the Wyatt Sicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
He
off.
didn't mention Nikki Cross, though.
He's scared of her, that's why.
Well, that's really my guess,
I'm
then.
fucking scared of Nikki.
I had Doink the Clown, Andre the Giant, and Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a group there. That
I would
is
have
a
said Jerry
group.
Lawler myself, but he's a clown, isn't he?
Is that not who's in the dress?
No, because he would have shouted puppy straight away.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
no,
so
it's
we're
Jim
gonna
Ross.
we're gonna get
By God, she has a family.
Baka. But yeah, we're gonna get a 6-man tag match. It's the Wyatt Six's debut. In the reviews I've been watching for this week, they've seen that they felt that the Wyatt Six have been watered down. I don't see that. As that I think that's yet again. Matt's mentioned this. I think it's people wanting too much too soon. And I know I said I want a match on SummerSlam, and I kind of understand why it isn't there. But yeah, I think it's been done at the perfect pace. I don't think it could have been done any better for me.
They need to. They've needed to show who's behind the masks. They needed to do that because we were all speculating. There was pictures and stuff, and we obviously us as wrestling fans we knew that. But the people that don't look on the internet, the kids don't know who they were, for instance. So they've built them up to be who they are. They've shown who they are. Now it's time to see what they do in the ring. If after a couple of matches they're just watered down and they're not doing what they should do, then I'd sit up and go, right, okay, well, the matches aren't what they're living up to be. But I can't see it happening, to be quite honest with you. Then it'd be interesting to see what they do with it. Sorry, Ted. It'd be interesting to see what they do with the lights during the match.
It should end in a DQ as well.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't be a pinfall submission. It will be, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. Then we had the tag match that I was just saying with Shayna, Sonya, and Zoe getting the win over Live Valkyria, Kaden, and Katana. But then we had a return after this match, which I'm happy to see, which was Damage Control back to fight. Yeah, Baraski, unfortunately. And Io and Carrie got a bit of talking time as well, which is quite a rarity. And they let them just speak in Japanese, and then Dakota gave the English version right at the end, which was is how it should be in my eyes. It sounds more menacing when they talk in Japanese because they don't really know what they're saying as well.
Yeah, and then you get the Aussie at the end telling them what it actually is.
Yeah, exactly.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. You a dog, mate. You a dog.
Shrimp on the barbie?
Yeah. Right, and then it was quite a big main event, in all honesty. We had Finn versus Gunther, which is
for the first
if you're UK, if UK fans like us, it's like one of our potential dream matches. In all honesty, like from indie wrestling, you look at it, two of the best European indie stars that's ever come out. In my eyes, you can say differently, but those two are the biggest names in European wrestling right now. I'd probably say, apart from Ospreay, obviously.
Joe Hendry.
Oh,
Drew.
Sheamus.
But I get where you're going with it, Ted.
Yeah.
Drew never really wrestled in the independents in the UK. He did, but it wasn't as it was when them guys, because it was at the peak when them guys are coming through.
Okay.
But yeah, so we had a good back and forth match here. I thought it was going to be a squash. They were going to feed Finn. I thought they was going to feed Finn to Gunther, but it wasn't the case. It was a really good back and forth. And then we had the big scrap after the match. Well, Gunther got the win in the end after a good showing from Finn. And then we carried on the brawling between the two to close out the show. And that was Raw.
We also had in the middle of the show, Rhea and Priest said to Finn, "Are you sure you don't need us out there?" And he's like, I've told you once. I'm going to get him, weaken him down for you, so at SummerSlam you can do the rest. And he looked a bit pissed off that they were saying, you know, do you want us to come and help you? Because he's acting like it makes him look weak, kind of thing. So it'd be interesting. That's where I thought you were going with your predictions you've just done, which are out on Saturday. If you want to go and watch them, go watch them. With what you said about Finn, but then you mentioned the key card, which I totally forgot about. But yeah,
the key card. They've been dropping the hint with the Demon's mask on that case in the background for weeks as well.
Is that still there?
Yeah, I haven't watched Raw, so I don't know who's on there this week. But as well now, they've gone with Liv and the Dom stuff as well. I feel that's them two will link together to bring the Judgment Day as it is at the moment. I think Dom, Rhea, and Priest may survive this as like a sort of cohesion, not as much as Judgment Day, but as a cohesion where I think it'll split and it'll be JD and Finn. Carlito just doing Carlito things.
Sticking with our truth.
Yeah. Put him in that dog pile. Any other shows this week you want to run through before we do the top 5?
NXT's coming. So we've got NXT this week. It's a 2-week special because it's Great American Bash. So on tonight you have Roxanne Perez defending her NXT Women's title against Thea Hale. We don't know Roxanne's going to win. You'll have Tony D'Angelo versus Tavian Heights for the NXT Heritage Cup. You have Alba Fire and Isla Dawn defending the women's tag titles against the Meta-4, which is Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. And then you've got Karma Petrovic, Lola Vice and Sol Rucko versus Fallon Henley, JC James and Jasmine Nix. And you've also got the concert of Joe Hendry. And night 2, the only one, which is next week, but the only one that's been announced is Ethan Page versus Oro Mensah for the NXT title. But that, watch the Great American Bash tonight. It's going to be great.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be quality. I think I might stay up and watch it.
Good stuff. So we did do, obviously, it's SmackDown week this week. Not SmackDown. SmackDown's every week. SummerSlam week.
I was going to say.
We will be doing a live stream on Saturday for it. As always, we are doing them all now. So they're on there. We did do a top 5 SummerSlam theme last week of our top 5 SummerSlam main events. Matt, you might have to edit that one into a short as well for the people.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh my god! Yeah. I'll put it together somewhere.
Yeah, do a little short. But so obviously because the episode went out last week, I then threw down the top 5 challenge for this week. It's actually going to be 2 top 5s. And it is from the comments. It's from Desert Man in the comments. He or they, because it could be a female. They, them.
Could be a tack chopper or canine unit.
Yeah, never know. They threw down the challenge to us. They would like to know the top 5 tag teams. I put my spin on it, and we're going to go top 5 greatest tag teams of all time, and then top 5 current active tag teams. That is an important part of that, because with that one, they have to be a competing tag team. They could be injured, but they've had a tag team. So, for an example, on the current one, we can't have the Usos because they are not a tag team at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's get into the top 5.
Which one we doing first?
We'll do current. We'll do current.
So we're going. You say 5. I say You say number 5. I say number 5. Like we did with NXT.
Yeah.
Cool.
So in at number 5, I'll go first. We'll go for the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day. But I do prefer the Priest and Finn version of it.
Okay, you've used the loophole there. I like that. I've gone Penta and Phoenix.
I've gone FTR.
As number 5.
It's a Keith Lee moment again.
It's Keith Lee all over again.
Fucking Keith Lee again.
Rid on Keith Lee.
Wait.
No.
No.
The weather. No, you can't change that.
Okay, fuck it, yeah, because my tag team's at the top are way better than whatever you've got.
All right. Okay
then.
Right. Number 4, Matt.
DIY.
Ted.
War Dogs. Political War Dogs.
Who?
Clark and from NJPW.
Oh.
Lucha Bros, Penta and Phoenix, and my number 4.
Cool.
Ted, number 3.
The Good Brothers, based on history. They say they're one of the most decorated. You name me a tag team that's done TNA, NJPW, AEW, and WWE.
You got AEW in there then.
It's coming.
Street Profits.
What are we on number 3?
Yeah, Street Profits. I've got
FTR.
Best.
So then I'll go first. Number 2, I've gone for DIY. If you watch the NXT one, you know I do like them as a tag team, so they are number 2 at the moment for me.
Number
Ted?
2 for me.
Matt. Go on then, Matt.
Yeah, Young Bucks.
Ted?
God. On a technicality, they are still together.
Technicality. You got the job on the technicality of a legend who recommended you.
There isn't a better indie tag team than those two, I'll probably say. Apart from number 1, obviously.
Not St. Machine Guns.
So, number 1 time then. Matt?
Are we saying it all at the same time?
No, go on.
I got the Revival as the first. Oh, sorry, FTR. Oh, my God. FTR.
I know what you mean. Ted?
Young Bucks.
Young Bucks. FTR would have probably hit second for me, but they've not been very active in recent weeks because of injuries. But yeah, Young Bucks are 1 for me. They're the hottest tag team again in pro wrestling right now, I think.
So I was, and this is coming from me. I was torn with putting the Young Bucks top, but I went just with longevity. Not longevity, but what FTR did in WWE and AEW.
Yeah, well,
and New Japan.
That's it. They've done it everywhere. If you go through history like Ted's done with some of his, your list will change massively because you got God. He's right, God, Good Brothers and stuff like that.
Street Profits, mate, are fucking sick.
What?
Street Profits are mint.
Yeah.
So Street Profits.
Yeah. I'm looking every week.
Last season injury. On that, actually, quickly, MVP turned up in Bloodsports this week. Challenged Josh Barnett.
Who cares? It's MVP. Who cares about MVP? It's not been relevant since 2006.
But Bartlett said to him, "Yeah, I'll take your match. Bring whoever you want." It's a tease at Lashley.
Oh. Right. I'm upset about Lashley, to be fair. I do like Lashley. Okay, all time
greatest.
This is where we argue.
This is where the bickerness comes in. So this can be anybody that has tagged together, whether it's 1 match, 2 matches, a run, title runs, but anybody who have tagged together. So number 5, Matthew.
The Usos.
9-time
tag team titles, longest reigning tag team champions in history of WWE.
Okay, don't make my list.
Fucking hell. My number 5 is the New Day because I with Biggie and everything, I've put them in my historic one. They have to be there for me, and this weren't going to make the current.
Don't make my list.
What the fuck have you put? Oh, you've gone fucking. Okay, go on.
Number 5, the Young Bucks.
Of all time,
I will argue my point. They have changed the business, literally changed the business in many, many ways. They've wrestled in Japan, Ring of Honor, AEW, TNA. Matt Jackson's even wrestled for WWE. They've won every tag team title that they've gone for. They've literally created a business. It was Matt Jackson of the Young Bucks that had that together. Todd Coney, they created another company and run it. They changed how T-shirts were made for independent companies. They put independent companies on the map themselves. They have literally changed the business. They cannot be disregarded in the greatest. They're not they're not number 1 or 2. They're just making the list. But the Young Bucks.
I don't remember my top 10. I want to have a top 5. But that's
100% my top 5.
All right, number 4.
Number 4,
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they changed the way the business laid out again. The Fabulous Freebirds. They were the first to have actual music as their entrance music. And if it weren't for the Freebirds, we wouldn't have the likes of New Day been able to tag the way they did, where all three of them could defend the title. Because that's the Freebird ruling. And they were great in that time as well.
So I'm going to jump on the back of it. It's my number 4 links into that. So the Undisputed Era.
Yeah,
My
that's
4.
it. They wouldn't have been able to tag their way if it weren't for the Freebirds. Matthew?
Edge and Christian. No, they're not. New Day.
New Day. So
12 tag titles. Before the Usos, they were the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE.
So for me, New Day was going to be my number 4. But then when I thought about it, I couldn't have New Day without having the Freebirds in, because without the Freebirds, you don't get the New Day the way they were. That Freebird rule helped the New Day.
It would have come in somewhere down the line, either way.
Yeah, but this is it. It would have been had to be introduced and created, and it would have been totally. This is already in place, already been used for many years.
It's me.
You've done yours, haven't you, Ted? Number 3.
Mine is the Dudleys. Goes without saying, brought that style to WWE. Yeah,
mine's the Hardys.
Don't even make my top 5.
19 tag team titles. That's just in WWE. That's all of everywhere they competed. I won a tag team title everywhere they competed as well.
Ruining the legacy right now for me, so they don't even make my top 5.
I don't think they are in TNA. They're not teamed together properly in TNA yet.
If that's the case of ruining the legacies, and we go back to sports in an open world, then Cristiano Ronaldo then has ruined his legacy by playing for United and now Taffy.
Yep.
But he hasn't, because he's still regarded as one of the best players in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could probably say the same about Messi playing out in Miami.
And you could say it with the best tag, not history-wise, but you say it about your best tag team. You had Gallows and Anderson in there. They've done fuck all for about 5 years.
Fair.
But yeah, Dudley boys, mate, they've won WWE.
Dudley's are in my list.
ECW, TNA. You know what I mean? They were number 2. I've got the Hardys as my number 2 because they literally have won every title, barring the AEW. They won every tag team title. They went on the deletion run. If you remember, cast your mind back, Ted. They literally went to every company, took their titles, and then deleted them from history.
So for me, I think the reason that Hardys aren't is how I feel about Jeff. So I don't like Jeff. I think Jeff needs to walk away as big time. He just needs to leave. So for him and his family and everybody, I feel like I've given him too many chances. It's like the guy that keeps just coming back and saying sorry. Your sorries are disingenuous. I'd say at this point.
If we were having this debate about top 5 current wrestlers, tag teams, and we put the Hardy Boys in, I would agree with you 100%. Don't make it. I agree with you. This is the greatest of all time. Tag teams. You cannot have a list of the greatest of all time. You've included the Dudley Boys and the Hardy and Hardy. I know Edge and Christian. They're not on my list. They would probably make 6th, 7th if they did a top 10. They them 2 tag teams rewrit history with the Edge and Christian, the way it was done. They created the TLC match. They created the matches ladder matches. They weren't obviously ladder matches we had before, but we wouldn't have the the Money in the Bank match wouldn't be as popular as it is now if we didn't have TLC. We wouldn't have had the legendary WLC match if it weren't for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And you talk about Jeff, and obviously now, but look back at what he's done in them TLC matches. Like the spear with Edge and at WrestleMania 23 when he jumped off the top of the ladder through.
The thing is, though, if I know Jeff himself has come out this week and said how much he feels bad about letting AEW down recently. But if we're going to do this top 5 list of greatest of all times, how many people are we going to miss off list because of the troubles they had? Kurt Angle, Percocets.
Hmm.
You got your means. Is Brian Pillman going to be missed off a list if we do one that potentially features Brian Pillman? Benoit, Guerrero. Guerrero openly admitted he had his own demons. Or anybody who was done steroid abuse.
Maybe because it's like he's lasted this long potentially. I let that kind of cloud that. Now I'm starting to think about it. Yeah, like I probably should have put.
I think I get where you're coming from, and I understand.
I understand.
You're talking greatest of all time. You've got to sort of put that current and think of, well, what have they done and why? Why would I put them in the change? Have they changed the business in any way? I think that's what I thought about with some of my. Like, I've got Fabulous Freebirds in there. I've not got New Day. I've not got Usos. I've gone with people that made a difference in the business to In Touch. Like my number one, you're probably never going to guess my number one.
So can I just say something? I messed up in that last one. The Dudleys aren't my number 3. The Dudleys are my number 2. My number 3 are the Usos.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My number 2, Legion of Doom. My number 2. Absolutely fucking loved them as a kid growing up. They were fucking immense. Damon Toller, Ellering, and then going back and watching the matches, mate, they were fucking sick. And I'm not talking about the hide and right days or the Droz days. I'm talking about full on Legion of Doom.
So my number 1 is LOD, the Road Warriors. They are. If I think of my childhood tag teams, that's who I see every time. You said to me, name a tag team from your childhood. LOD, Road Warriors.
That's my number 1.
I say this tag team.
LOD.
The New Age Outlaws.
Yeah. You got New Age Outlaws.
No, I haven't. I've got the Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys number 1.
My Dudley Boys are my number 1. Like you said, they've won 21 tag team titles. Not just WWE, just everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I loved watching. Don't get me wrong, I loved watching Edge and Christian as well. Obviously, Edge is one of my favorite wrestlers, but Dudley Boys, man.
When you look at the three teams as a whole, Edge has done miles better as a solo competitor than he ever did as a tag team. But if you look at the Hardy Boys and Dudleys and Edge and Christian, the Edge and Christian were just that third piece to make up a triangle. You know, and it was to get them on TV because they were willing to throw the bodies at it. Right now, it's costing them all, literally. But yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, LOD's my number 1. Ted, did we get your number 1?
LOD.
LOD as well.
LOD. So I've
got some shout outs.
Just 1 second. I use ChatGTP. I asked ChatGTP for their top 5 greatest tag teams of all time. And it went, and obviously, like I mentioned before, we did a quiz and I used ChatGTP. They scoured the internet very, very quickly and create a list of what they found on the internet. Their top 5 was Young Bucks, Heart Foundation, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, and LOD.
Well, the shout outs I've got here that I was thinking about were Heart Foundation, Steiner Brothers,
the
US Express, New Age Outlaws, Taker and Kane, Los Guerreros, Too Cool, Demolition.
So I was joking on stream the other day about one Too Cool.
No, I've had. They were sick. They were amazing.
Midnight Express as well.
That was my next one. Natural Disasters, Demolition, Bushwhackers, Young Bucks. I put on there Outsiders, Harlem Heat, the Quebecers, Impact Players, and ECW. Beer Money, LAX, Good Brothers, Motor City Machine Guns, and Harper and Rowan. I also put on there.
I toyed with Harper and Rowan.
As a tag team, I just thought they didn't really do anything in the Wyatt family as a tag team. But when they became the Bludgeon Brothers, it was that's when they actually.
You've got some other ones as well that
wasn't.
They didn't last long enough to probably put them in a list, but like the 2-man power trip, if that lasted longer, how can you leave?
Benoit, Jericho.
Yeah.
Benoit Angle.
Jerry Show.
Yeah, Jerry Show.
Mason Morrison. Booker T.
Yeah.
Eminem.
Morrison.
Yeah.
Kane and Big Show.
Yeah. The Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, I said that one. Take Kane, yeah.
Did you? There's plenty out there.
X-Pac and Kane. The Acolytes.
You mentioned before the New Age Outlaws, they were on your list. New Age Outlaws, as well. Or what the Voodoo King Mafia, or the James Gang, whatever way you want to call them, because they've incarnated themselves. But then you got current ones that they're not there as greatness, but they could have made our other list. So the Acclaimed, the Bang Bang Gang when they tag up, and trios. Trying to think of ourselves. We've got DIY. We've got those teams there that are coming through, like Newcastle Republic. You got Chase U if they're tagging down there. Obviously, I'm trying to think of anybody else. Current tag team divisions right now.
Ivar and Eric.
Yeah, War Machine, War Raiders. They were class in New Japan. They were peak at New Japan in the independent scenes in Ring of Honor.
Gordon, Benjamin and Haas.
If you want to go back as well, Brian Danielson and Roderick Strong, they tagged in New Ring of Honor. Adam Cole,
CM Punk and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
one tag titles.
Well, that happened.
Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston.
Well, Kofi Kingston and fucking everyone.
Legacy.
Yeah.
R-Truth and Miz the first time round when they had that proper gritty storyline where they just murdered everybody in the cell.
Yeah, I remember that. That was sick.
But that's
Jack Swagger and Cesaro.
Yeah.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
The Bar.
We are the Bar.
The
Shield.
Yeah. Oh shit! I've left the Shield off.
I've left them off just because it's more. They've done more together as individuals than they have together. That's the only reason.
Blu-ray I need to watch. I might watch that later. Actually, I just drive minutes. No, never mind. Got the Blu-ray to watch the history of the Shield. But no, that's our top fives this week, guys. In the comments, let us know because I know, like I say, Desert Man suggest this one. So Desert Man, I want to see your top five and your both of them lists, and anybody else. Top five for next week. Anybody got anything?
Do you know what? I've not actually thought about it. Top five. Same as tag teams. I was going to say top five stable. Top five stables.
So stables. Stable. It consists of three or more men.
Three or more
women.
Yeah, all women. Yeah.
So should we rule on here then? Would we class New Day as a stable?
Yes.
No.
Because
it's tag team now.
They featured more in tag team. Stable, I would go Shield,
NWO,
NWO,
Evolution,
the Elite,
Bullet Club,
Acclaimed.
Acclaimed. Probably
Shall we
not.
do? Why Billy Gunn teams are
the only
and the one trios
the
titles.
Bang
like that,
Bang
like
Bang,
the House of Black.
Yeah.
Bullet Club Gold.
Should we do now and of all time again? Got to do that again.
Yeah,
I can do 10.
Yeah.
Cool. Easy.
Look out for that next week.
Right, that's
times ahead.
You'll have to remind me of that one. But yeah, so I think that's Ted's called. I think we're near the end of this now. So as I mentioned before, live stream on Saturday for SummerSlam. The graphic is up there now. Get yourself hit the bell, get in the waiting queue already, so you'll be notified when we do hit the live and go live. Believe as well, depending when this goes out, Thursday there's a live stream of 2K between Ted and Matt. We're going to play through some of the SummerSlam card. Probably not all of it because it's just a lot of single matches.
A couple
of the SummerSlam Matt cards there.
We're doing Cody Solo and we're doing Rhea and Liv.
Fair enough. So yeah, it's only going to be a quick short stream there from the fellas then. It depends how quick their matches go through.
That's why it took fucking long last time. The Money in the Bank one fucking went on forever.
If you cast your mind back to when me and you did it, Cody fucking squashed Roman in minutes.
Yeah, and then the Money in the Bank ones we did, they fucking lasted forever. You can't 2K won't make his mind up. We might have Pat making an appearance somewhere and his mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look out for them and get in the queue. Obviously hit the follow button if you're new to the channel as well. And as you can see below and behind Matt today, we've got our other social medias. Once again, thank you for all the subscribers there. We're at
347, wasn't it, last time?
Just double check in case there's been an update while we've been on.
349.
349. So we've had 2 new followers since we've been on doing this recording. So we appreciate every single one of you. The drive for 400 is on, then it'd be 500, but like I touched on in one of the other videos, if you can go across the Wrestling Fellas pod on TikTok, give that a follow for us as well, because we want to be able to do lives, go live on there during the live streams, because then we're live on multiple platforms, and it's a bit more easier for us to do things as well when we can go live on there, like giveaways and stuff, so we can drive on there. But watch your space with the TikTok. Things might tweak soon on its name, because obviously we're not the pod no more, so keep an eye out for that. And above, as we touched on earlier on, we are affiliated with EUROSHOPs powered by Fanatics. So if you are going for a browse, use that link below. And if you do buy anything, we get a little bit of a cut from it, and we're going to give it back to you guys. I think we'll aim for 500. I think that's the 500 giveaway.
Yeah.
We'll give away at 500, even if we have to tip into our own pockets and create a giveaway. And we'll be at 500. No, we're not. Didn't get anything in my pocket. But yeah,
Right.
till next time, guys. Well, till Saturday.
Or till Thursday.
Well, for me, till Saturday, and until Thursday for you two. Peace out.